Health departments across the country have been working tirelessly to ensure the safety of those in our community.
WANE 15's Brianne Boswell spoke with leaders of the health department in Allen County and joins us now with more.
Contact tracers, a critical part of limiting the spread of the virus. They've been hard at work since the start of the ongoing pandemic. As the numbers continue to rise, so does their workload.
Phones throughout the country have been ringing for months as contact tracers have been working to inform the public and stop the spread of the coronavirus. In Allen County, well over 50,000 calls have been made. What started as 4 workers has now grown to a team of 12 as cases continue to rise. The process has changed as those cases add up.
So we would do 2 calls, a home visit, and then another phone call, and we can't carry the load that long anymore. So now you get 1 phone call. If we can leave a message, we do. If we can't, you get a home visit, and then we have to move on at that point.
At the start of the day, contact tracers divide up cases from the State Department of Health. It was normal to have 10 to 15 cases a day, but over the last 4 weeks, each contact tracer has had 50 to 80 cases each day due to the rising numbers.
And the whole point is to make sure they know when they are infectious, when they can safely go back out into public, who their close contacts are, and the message gets to their close contacts of how long they need to quarantine for. And then we figure out who all have you been around and where have you been, so we can make those notifications.
Contact tracers reach out to churches and workplaces. Tracers then track where those who tested positive were before they got sick.
So we can identify some hot spots where we can maybe reach out and put some interventions in place to, limit transmission here in our community.
Initially, contact tracers would be the ones responsible to reach out to individuals that have been in contact with someone who tested positive. But now, it's the sick person's job. The focus is now on those in the household with the person who is positive and when the quarantine period for those in the household begins, which for someone infected is 14 days from the day of last exposure.
If you are infectious for 10 full days, so say your husband is positive and you live with him and you see him every single day, you're re-exposed every day until he's no longer positive. So that quarantine period doesn't start until his 11th day of having symptoms. So it's more of like a 24-day quarantine for some people. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand. If you aren't intentionally isolating from somebody at home, you can't officially start your quarantine period until you're no longer being exposed to them.
That exposure stops when the person is no longer infectious or measures are put in place to no longer be exposed. At the end of each workday, contact tracers in Allen County discuss cases and make connections as to where people are becoming infected around the community.
We won't be able to contact trace our way out of this. We've got to have people change their behaviors.
When people are with their loved ones and they feel comfortable and they're not masked, those are the highest risk situations we see here in our county.
Without a vaccine or a treatment yet, contact tracing is the one resource we do have to limit the spread. And without them,
I think we would have a lot of people out on the streets when they shouldn't be. We'd have a lot more exposures. We talk to so many people that get sick and test positive in quarantine, and they don't have any exposures because they were safe at home during their quarantine.
If the health department calls you, take the call. Take the time to answer the questions, help us reach out to other people and try and slow down the spread of this virus.
As of now, there are no additional positions as a contact tracer here in Allen County, but if interested, contact your local health department and find out more information on the job. In Studio 15, Brianne Boswell, WANE 15 News.